Hello folks, it's Mike. It's box set unboxing time, and this year I love box sets, and this year to date the only one I had bought before this one was on Steve, All the World's a Stage channel. Steve was showing lots of boxes that he's got in his collection, wonderful collection, and he showed Bebop Deluxe Sunburst Finish, so I bought that this year, and that's a fabulous box set. But the first new one this year, and one which I've been waiting for quite a while now, and it came out yesterday, and I've given it a good play, and it's a fantastic box set. I mean, I've got quite a few box sets, and this goes very close to the top because it's absolutely superb. The box set all centres around this masterpiece, Neutral Milk Hotel, their second album from 1998. The box set includes a lot more than this, but for me it all builds up to this. The box set, I'll show you, is this beautiful cover. Sorry about the lighting. I try and keep shrink wrap on for as long as I can because this is a top opener. I'm able to do that with this. So I've taken the shrink wrap off the bottom. Neutral Milk Hotel. As you can see, it's quite a chunky box set. It's a beautiful thing. What I'll do in a few moments, I'll actually bend the camera down and I'll give you a proper look at what's in the contents, because there are some fantastic things in there. But I mean, basically in there, just very briefly, is you've got the masterpiece that is In the Aeroplane Over the Sea from 1998. You've also got the second album on Avery Island, sorry, the debut album on Avery Island, which came out in 1996, 2 LP album. You've got a picture disc, really beautiful picture disc, live at Jittery Joe's, 12-inch picture disc. You've got a couple of 10 inches, Ferris Wheel on Fire EP, Everything Is 10-inch EP. You've got 3 singles, and you've also got 2 posters, which are 24 inches by 24 inches. And as I say, I'll show you all those in a few moments. But for those that don't know too much about Neutral Milk Hotel, basically it's really the brainchild of Jeff Mangum, and Jeff comes from Louisiana, then moved to Seattle. The Elephant Six Collective came about, other like-minded musicians. He released the first single under Neutral Milk Hotel, which was Everything Is, and one of his friends was a guy called Robert Schneider, who produced the album. And the thing about this all the music that Jeff Mangum produces, it's very kind of it's psychedelic folk. It's very lo-fi, which suits the music brilliantly, I think. So it's kind of psychedelic folk, indie folk. So it's acoustic music with really interesting instruments being used: uilleann pipes, singing saws, numerous acoustic instruments. But the acoustic guitars and a lot of the instrumentation he uses tends to be distorted in the mix, so it adds that kind of grungy effect to it. There's also brass, which is used brilliantly throughout. It's very kind of naive, very crude, because I don't think it's rude to say that there's no master brass player in the bands or the people that Jeff Mangum associates with. But there's a lot of feel to it, and there's some brilliant bits of some of the arrangements of the brass I think are absolutely fantastic. So, but as I say, all centres for me around this masterpiece. And this particular album, In the Airplane Over the Sea, at the time Jeff Mangum he read the diary of Anne Frank's, and I know he was deeply affected by it. And a lot of the songs, and there's several of the songs on this album, kind of mention Anne kind of subtly in the actual lyrics, but you can really feel the kind of the fragility. It's quite disturbing in places, this album. The atmosphere on it is absolutely incredible. That's one of the key things for me on this album, and the lo-fi actual production really adds to that. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to turn the camera down and show you the contents. Okay, one of the things I really like, and you see it throughout this box set, is that Jeff Mangum and his art guys use this Victoriana, this steampunk kind of artwork and motif throughout, which I think is absolutely superb artwork. Fits the music so well, just really wonderful. And as you can see there on the cover, just a beautiful cover, absolutely beautiful. So one of the first things you see, the 24-inch by 24-inch poster, and it's of the album cover. Superb. My wife wants to pinch that and frame it, but I'm not letting her at the moment. Second poster, again 24-inch by 24-inch, is of a flying gramophone, and this is very, very steampunk, very Victoriana steampunk. Fantastic, really, really good. I love it. Okay, so two 12-inch to two albums in the actual box set. One criticism is there should have been a bit of ribbon to help you get into it. Like all box sets, I mean, you know, there's criticisms you can make on every box set. Could have helped to have a ribbon there. I haven't got a copy of the original of this, so I can't tell you how accurate it is. I've got other copies of it, but they're also reissue ones, and they're all the same as this. I love the artwork. Look at that. Absolutely superb. Now, the first album, which came out in 1996, is on Avery Island. And with reissues of this, you do see slightly different covers. But again, that Victoriana, that beautiful cover. On the back of it. As I say, this came out in 1996, and double album. There we go. With that particular album, I mean, whereas I find in the Aeroplane Over the Sea an absolute masterpiece, with on Avery Island, that very much feels like a blueprint for me of what was to come. It's kind of not as coherent. It's a bit overly distorted in places. The songs are not as strong, but you can. So I wouldn't suggest to buy that before you bought In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, because it would be hard to get, in my opinion. But once you've listened to In the Aeroplane Over the Sea and kind of got it, then you can really see where it's come from, and it's a blueprint. This is the 12-inch picture disc, and it's called Live at Jittery Joe's. It was recorded, it was from Athens, 1997, Athens, Georgia, 1997. This came out in 2001 on black vinyl with an elephant type cover. So this is the first time it's been in this kind of format, this picture disc. Picture disc is, this picture art is optical zoetrope circa 1867. Probably pronounced that wrong. But again, mixed by Robert Schneider. But on this one, oh, that's the cover that you find on the 2001 record. And I say this is the first time on picture disc. I've played this, and it's kind of a normal picture disc. You get that picture disc rumble, but you know, it's a fairly good recording. You can hear everything. It's a fairly crude recording. You hear a baby crying in between songs and various things, but as an actual document at the time, as I say, it was recorded March 1997, so it was before In the Aeroplane Over the Sea came out. But a few of the songs that were just about to come out there, "O Comely," "King of Carrot Flowers," "Two-Headed Boy," kind of are on this. But it's a beautiful, when it's spinning on the turntable, it's a thing of beauty. So now we got on to the 12 inches, and sorry, the 10-inch to 10 inches. This is called Everything Is, and again, that fantastic Victoriana artwork. So this is everything. It's a 10-inch. It's basically the very first song that Jeff Mangum ever released under Nutrimilk Hotel, originally on a 7-inch, was called Everything Is. It's come out a few times as EPs on various different formats, but each time it's come out, more tracks have been added. And on this particular one, I'll work at the back again. Fantastic. On this particular one, there are 7 songs. So, you know, this EP has grown over the years. But it's good. You've got the kind of the band on there, so starts off quite distorted, but it's good. It's a very good thing. It's a very good 10-inch. But the second 10-inch, which is called Ferris Wheel on Fire, 10-inch EP, this is one of the jewels of the crown. This is one of the jewels in the box, in my opinion. This is 8 acoustic recordings, only ever appeared in a box set, because this box set has been issued before. This is improved. It's got, you never had the picture disc of Jittery Joe's before, but these are all acoustic versions, and that's what's on this particular one. So it's basically just, for most of the tracks are just Jeff Mangum on acoustic guitar, so you don't get the distortion you get on some of the other tracks. But the distortion, as I say, is meant to be there, and it's lo-fi, certainly disguised, and it's great. You've then got 3 7-inches. So the first one is a track called Little Birds. Little Birds was the only song, it's believed, that Jeff Mangum's written since In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. And although after 1998 they kind of disappeared, they reformed for about 3 years or so in the 2000s, but I don't think any new songs are written. But Little Bird, there's a live version on this and a demo version on side B, is the only song which is believed he's written post In the Aeroplane. Second 7-inch is beautiful box, really well packed. So this is Holland, which is a superb track from In the Aeroplane, and engine on the second side. Look at that artwork. Came in all these plastic sleeves as well, these covers. Just black vinyl inside, so I won't get those out. And the third one is, again, this is where it could have done with a ribbon. There we go. And this is You've Passed and Where You'll Find Me Now. These are these were both recorded on a 4-track. These both appear on Avery Island, but these are different versions. And then the bottom is just Impossible Without, so it's kind of more credits. So really superb box set, well put together, incredibly sturdy. So I hope that unboxing was of use, folks, and you can see what's in there. But it's an absolutely beautiful box set, and as I say, it's definitely one of my favourites now, and I've got an awful lot. Terrific thing. But just to return to this for a while. So as I say, came out in 1998, and just looking at some of the tracks on it, the King of Carrot Flowers, Part 1, Part 2 and 3, that's how the album starts, and fantastic tracks, absolutely brilliant. Then goes into In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, Two-Headed Boy, The Fall, which is the only track which wasn't actually written by Jeff Mangum. It's a phenomenal track. It was written by Scott Spillane, who does a lot of the brass work on it, and it's kind of almost like a Salvation Army type thing. But the dissonance in it and the atmosphere it creates, it's just phenomenal. You've then got Holland 1945, which again is on one of the 7-inch singles there, and it came out as a single, and that's very much about Anne Frank's Communist Daughter, Oh Comely, 8-minute track. I think they did that in one take. Superb. Ghost, very much about Anne Frank's, beautiful track. Untitled, and then heads and finishes with Two-Headed Boy. But you've got Jeff Mangum on the album, guitar, voice, organ, floor tom, bowed fuzz bass. They seem to really like a fuzzed up bass, and on Avery Island, you hear a lot of fuzzed up bass, but a lot of distorted guitar. But you do hear a lot of distorted acoustic guitar on this as well. You know, things like, you know, a bit of banjo, accordion, singing saw, trumpet, flugelhorn, trombone, euphonium. It's all in there, and it works to add to the atmosphere in this, and gives it this really, you know, psych folk, this Victorian steampunk kind of feel to it. So I'd absolutely recommend this as a top 10 album ever for me. The actual box set, if you're not a fan already, I kind of would recommend getting this album first, because this is such a great introduction, and the box set, you know, is kind of, it all leads up to this. This is the ultimate. But it's a beautiful box set, so I hope that was of help, folks. It came out yesterday. Neutral Milk Hotel.